No kings, but lots of sugar daddies footing the bill for those clown shows.
A Fox News digital investigation found the movement is backed by a network of roughly 500 groups with an estimated $3 billion in annual revenue, including communist and socialist organizations.
Joining us now, Fox News digital senior editor of investigations who braved one of these clown shows over the weekend, Asra Nomani. Asra, great to see you. What did you find over the weekend in particular?
What did I literally find? I brought you back some souvenirs, but I'll tell you the big picture is just as you described it. There's this network of 500 groups that funded, organized, and facilitated this No Kings protest. They have combined annual revenues of about $3 billion. They are the traditional Democrats like Indivisible, MoveOn.org, the American Federation of Teachers, but now they have combined forces with the farthest left of this network, and that is organizations like the Party for Socialism and Liberation, the People's Forum, and this is one of my souvenirs, the Revolutionary Communists of America, who are handing out their newspapers, and they were the protesters that you just saw that said that communism is going to come to America. This is such a serious manifestation of what a lot of people call malign foreign influence. And the Democrats, unfortunately, just created the political theater that hit the news, and a lot of people don't realize the shenanigans behind this and the really malintent behind this.
Yeah, you know, I wanted to ask you, because you talked to some of those folks who were in the protests. Do they like that China influences are funding what they're doing? Do they know that? Are they embracing China? Because it would seem to me if they don't like kings, they might want to look into how China's governed.
Yeah, that's the ultimate hypocrisy of all of this, is that China, of course, is run like a tyranny. There is no freedom of speech. There is limited human rights. And unfortunately, what's happened is that this tycoon named Neville Roy Singham has helped fund over nearly a decade this network that is now embedded with the Democratic Party. And you know, to your question, I don't think a lot of people know it. There was an indelicate term that the Soviets used to use called useful idiots. Maybe we should use useful fools. But it was an important construct in their agitation propaganda as they tried to sell communism to the world. And it's playing out on our streets today, unfortunately, by a lot of, I think, well-intentioned people who want, you know, good for our country. But unfortunately, this is the news that hit the propaganda waves of the Islamic Republic of Iran state-sanctioned TV and China's state-sanctioned TV as chaos in America.
Asra, you've talked about in the past about these are, many of these organizations are not-for-profits. And if they are influenced by malign actors, they would, in theory, lose that not-for-profit status, would they not? What is the status of that? How difficult is it to put the hammer down, not the sickle, but the hammer, on that in the U.S.?
Yeah, the efforts are being made now. Last week we reported in the series about the House of Singham and the network that Neville Roy Singham has built in America, that Treasury Department, State Department, and Justice Department investigators are all looking into the organizations that are part of this propaganda for China and against the United States. It is difficult, but it's the Al Capone strategy to try to use the tax laws to show their violations. There's potential violations of this thing called the Foreign Agent Registration Act, where if you are doing the propaganda of a foreign nation, you're supposed to register in the United States. And so they're trying to figure out where the money flows. There's a lot of transparency issues that are really facing these nonprofits. And I think we're going to see a lot happening over this next year, because the good news is that people are now recognizing that we have a protest industry
Yeah.
that is behind these shenanigans.
That's such a good way to put it. Always appreciate your work. Asra Nomani, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much.